Yes, so welcome ladies and gentlemen. We are setting up our Frostsnap wallet. As you can see, we have three devices, but we're basically going to use these three devices to set up one wallet. And yeah, so basically when you open the box you get the device, and in the device you get this thing you could use for backups, or as you can see it's upside down because the video is supposed to be the other way around. So let me just change that real quick. And yeah, so the whole idea was that you were going to see this from my perspective. Yep, I basically got the devices in three colors. I don't know why I went with recording on this table. You can see my reflection over there. And yeah, I got them in three colors: black, red, and gray. I think that was supposed to be orange, but I'm not sure. So as you can see, that's in the settings. And yeah, we are doing this. Cool. So I'm going to plug in the first device. What you see, the count will increase from 0 to 1. Plug in the second device, and centipede fashion, the count is now 2, and then plug in the third device, the device count is now 3. So basically, yeah, when you create or restore, well, this is a creating a wallet, I have to give it a name, so I'm just gonna say Blizzard. Blizzard is a good name, I think so. So yeah, it's Blizzard, and then you see the three devices. What I didn't know when I started making these was that basically as you start typing, the devices write what you're typing. So if you can see below that, the black device, which I'm calling black, is actually writing black there. So this helps for you to know which device is which, right? So if you see, I would just swap to my other phone as a secondary camera. Yeah, I'm gonna call the other one gray, and as you can see, that's not gray, so I'm gonna call it red. And yeah, so I think this is a great feature that the guys at Frostsnap actually implemented. It actually helps you track which device is which, right, while you are setting it up. So yeah, I think the other thing I should have tried is kind of to show, oh no, but I think when you're setting it up, they're supposed to all be connected. Yeah, the restore process is a little different. So now, yeah, I have them set up. This was me just showing that, okay, basically when you type it changes the name on the device. So I wanted to say something like BlackBerry just to show that when you type it shows something else. And yeah, so you can select what type of threshold you want. 1 of 3, 2 of 3, or 3 of 3. So we're gonna do 2 of 3 because it's always fun doing that. And now it's doing a security check, right? And yeah, so now you're just supposed to say or just check that the devices are all showing the same checksum. When I did the final things after the video, this is another thing I didn't realize when I had the devices initially. These are actually a touch screen, right? So maybe you notice there I tapped it like twice. So this is my first time even realizing that this is all a touch screen. So, and I feel like the feedback and use is so great, and yeah, they did a great job here with the guys at Frostsnap. So this actually also ends up in your descriptor, right? So at the end, which I'm not gonna show because privacy is a thing. So yeah, I say yes, and cool. I think now it's set up, and it's asking me if I didn't see the animation there actually. So that's a point to them. They did it like an animation, celebration animation, where the message for backing up overrides that. So yeah, this is the message. I'm not gonna do a backup because why you need a backup anyway, you only live once. So yeah, this is what the wallet looks like. Zero balance. Now I'm just gonna send some funds. When you see receive, shows you the first what you might call it, address there. Oh my god, I think I just realized something. but maybe I'm not going to talk about it here. I'll probably create a different video. So yeah, when you verify an address, all the connected signers can show the same address, and you're just verifying that is the same address. Oh, what I didn't notice when I did this is basically, there's a color scheme there between the devices. One device colors a different chunk, a different color, so I don't know what's that about, but I'll check it out later. So yeah, now that you verify, this is a bug actually. After verifying, it doesn't show you that address anymore, so I'm probably gonna have to close that receive dialog pop-up and open it again just to see the address, because now I want to actually send some Bitcoin, so I want to show the QR code. So yeah, I'm just gonna close that, open the receive again, that's the address, and I just show the QR code. Oh, first bug report. I did a copy, and when you copy, for some reason it opens the validate process or verify screen. So they're currently showing two addresses. I think this is also a bug that has to do with their descriptor, but that's a discussion for another day, because technically you're supposed to be able to get as many addresses as possible, but this is early times. Oh, and I think they did say that there was a bug that they pushed an update for. Maybe the update didn't get pushed out. The sound of the bag is me taking off my shoes. So yeah, basically this is then what's happening. What is happening? Oh yeah, I'm scanning so that I can send some Bitcoin. I think they did quite a lot of stuff very well. The QR code is quite hip. They didn't go for just the default QR code. Of course, it's always better with a logo in the middle. Oh yeah, and the other thing I liked about what these guys did is the wallet is very much recordable, right? So they've hidden away crucial information. Oh yeah, so I think I've just sent the money now. It should show something there, but let's say I didn't. Yeah, so the wallet is so recordable because they've hidden away things that you don't want to show to a lot of people, unless you really want to show them to a lot of people. I haven't done the backup process, so I don't know, but I'm guessing once you're doing the backup, it's just going to show you the seed phrase, because you need to write that down, and so on and so forth. So yeah, a lot of this I really enjoyed, because I could just take screenshots of a lot of stuff. Well, I could record the whole process, and then oh yeah, so this is me sending it again, because I just realized that I don't have enough on Wallet of Satoshi, so I need to top it up and then send it again. Cool. So but I was saying their descriptor, I think I did hear from the devs that they had a bug, and they released an update, but things on features on the App Store go through review, so I'm guessing it's still going through review now. I didn't get the update. I did check, and I did join the beta program. And I received my 7100 sats at 7100, and that's a transaction ID, right, where I received it in, and I can view an Explorer. Oh, sorry for hitting the mic. This was me just checking which is their default Explorer, and of course their default Explorer is everyone's favorite default Explorer, which is mempool.space. And yeah, so nothing there. I don't know why I was seeing the details, because really this has nothing to do with the wallet. And yeah, so what else? What did I also like here? I liked a lot of stuff. Balance, blah blah blah. So this is the send page, right? So you see a paste and a scan. I wasn't going to scan because what I wanted to do is just paste something and show what sending is like. So me here making this executive decision again to send somewhere. Oh, this is me checking the settings about what Electrum server. I can change that. And foreshadowing, I did change that. So let me see, what else did I do? What else can I configure? There's just the about, some logs, or developer settings. You can erase the devices, which is probably something I'm going to do after this. It's still receiving, because I don't think the thing got a confirmation. I don't know what that button was, so this was me also figuring out what that button was. I didn't figure it out while I was pressing it. So what I eventually learned is online mode or offline mode. I think they could use a different icon because I'm using that icon to mean on chain in my wallet. So yeah, this is me then looking to send myself some Bitcoin, or send the Bitcoin that I had sent to this wallet back to myself. And we're gonna send it to 54052. And as you know, I am Catalyst at 54052. And yeah, so this is me loading it up there, and let us see. I'm just gonna get an on-chain address and so on and so forth. Copy that, go back to the wallet, and guess what I'm gonna do? Send and paste, right? So yeah, I like the experience. It's so basic. They're not overcomplicating anything. Obviously, I'm going to send maximum amount. And they're not complicating anything. They're chunking up the address so that you can see it in bits and pieces. And now the devices, what are they saying? Black, gray, device number 2, and whatever else. And so this is when I realized that you could change the fee. Right now, obviously I want to do 2 sats per virtual byte, because you can get into the next block via 1 sats per virtual bytes. But then what I realized is, wait a minute, I can even send for cheaper, right? So this is what I wanted to also show, that you don't need all the devices connected to create or a transaction, or to sign a transaction, right? And so what I did here is just paste and then send maximum. And what I don't like is that you beforehand have to say which signer are you going to use. And I think Frost technically allows you to not do that, right? As long as you the coordinator knows, right? So this is the process to actually verify. So this is me realizing that I didn't record that. Verify what you're signing. So I think Frost allows you to kind of not know which device is gonna sign, but at the time where you're getting a signature, as long as you know which device is signing. And I think this system that the Frostsnap guys put together is like that. Touch screen, it's a great touch screen, actually, I have to say. So yeah, there one signature came in, and so now I'm gonna do it on the other device, other signature. And so this is where I was like, they did say something blah blah blah. So this is when I realized I didn't have the gray one signed and they're connected, so I just removed the red one and reconnected the gray one. And this is where I realized that so the coordinator is actually the app on the mobile device, and then now you could just do the signing, and then now this transaction is signed. The threshold of 2 signatures just came in, and this is a signed transaction, valid for the Bitcoin blockchain, but it didn't broadcast it. And I like this a lot, right? Because did it say signing there or receiving? I'm trying, my screen is still upside down because me narrating hasn't yet edited. But what I like about this is it not broadcasting. It means you could do other stuff, right? So yeah, though it does say signing there. Now it says signed. Okay, cool. So I want to forget it and start over, right? So what I wanted to do is show that as a coordinator, you could actually set up a transaction without either of the devices being connected to the thingamajiggy, to your app. So now I'm going to do the transaction again, right? So the device is not connected to the app, no Bluetooth, no wireless way to connect to this thing. I'm sending the maximum again. Then I'm going to reset the fee, and this is when I realized I could do below 1 sats per virtual byte. So I'm going to do 0.5, but I think later I change it to 0.1 because I'm a cheapskate like that. And yeah, so it's quite cheap. I'm getting almost all the sats I put there. So yeah, now I'm gonna just send it to 0.1. So let's see what else is there. Sending maximum again. So the maximum amount I could send has updated. So this is why I like this wallet. Cool. So now I can then say which devices are going to be used to sign. As I said, I feel like it should be technically possible to not do the step and then only need the step later, because all you need is two signatures. As you can see, it doesn't make a difference, right? So maybe for the announcers, I don't know how they're doing this, but yeah. So now you see it says signing and it doesn't have any signatures. So now I can technically close the okay, then this is something I'm going to do again later. So when I connect a signer, it then pops up, this screen is useless, but maybe that's malware being installed, I don't know, but maybe I shouldn't say yes to that. So yeah, this is me verifying the transaction, hold, blah blah blah, and it's signed. Cool. So now let's say I'm in a hypothetical situation where I need to go somewhere else. So let's just say I close the wallet or I switch off the phone or something like that. So now I'm just gonna close that, open it again, and what you see is that transaction that you still need to sign is there, and you see which devices, red and black, are required, right? And I think it's orange, I don't know, something with my lighting that turned orange to red. So now it then instantiates the signing process for the black signer, and yeah, there's a thing we're sending to, and yeah, cool, hold to do that. And basically now I validated all the information. This is just me taking a video for production quality. So yeah, now I have a signed transaction. So this is where things get fun now. Not really fun, it's just me being a nerd. So the transaction is signed. This is a valid Bitcoin transaction. I just copy the transaction ID. This is where I feel like I should be able to copy the full transaction as well, right? So what I'll do is then open mempool.space again with a transaction ID. But as I was saying, I feel like the wallet should allow me to copy the full transaction data, right? In case I want to broadcast it outside. So as you can see on mempool.space, that transaction doesn't exist. So I'm going to broadcast, and error. Right, so that didn't go through. I just copied the error message. I don't know, you could do that too, but anyway. So basically the reason is the Frostsnap Electrum server does not allow you to broadcast transactions below 1 sats per virtual byte. So I'm just gonna have to change that setting, right, to a Electrum server that does allow you to change that, and that is mempool.space, right? I should have used my own mempool instance, which is mempool.833.mobi, but spare of the moment thing, so I just went with the default connect, and it is connected. So now I can go back on. By the way, you should basically use your own Electrum server for these things. So now when I say broadcast the transaction, it was broadcast, and I can then go back to the thingamajiggy. As you may not know, or as you may know, I'm in South Africa and my internet is sometimes bad. So yeah, as you can see, it's trying to reconnect. The internet sometimes dips in and out. Oh yeah, there it is. It did connect, and it did actually find the transaction. So it's in the mempool. I'm like buried underneath 18 other blocks. So hopefully mine a lot of blocks and I get into the next thingamajiggy. So yeah, the other thing that the guys at Frostsnap did, and they did it initially when I saw it, I was like, why do I need to rebroadcast the transaction, right? Because generally people do not rebroadcast the transaction, but as you see, there's a rebroadcast button. So I just put myself in a situation where I may need to rebroadcast the transaction, because this is 0.1 sats per virtual byte, and it's not going to get mined anytime soon. It may leave the ether, so I may need to rebroadcast it. Or these are all the other things you could do as well. Partially signed Bitcoin transaction, assign a message, so on and so forth, using the devices. I think Nostra is going to be somewhere here, and sometime in the future. And what else? Keys. That's my review. I'm basically loving it. So give it a what? 11 out of 10, but maybe more like a 9 out of 10, because still early days. Improvements. And yeah, this is then second phase again, right? So you can erase it from the app. So erase the wallet. So I'm going to erase Blizzard, hold it right over there, and the wallet is deleted. And now we're going to see what the restore process is actually like, right? So restoring, basically all you have to do to restore a wallet is connect the hardware device, right? So this is me being foolish and connecting all hardware devices all in one go. So then this is also me prepping for production quality. Then what you also have to do is click restore, and then it says this is the wallet I see and it has Blizzard, the device I see and it has Blizzard on it, and then I can add another one, and then the next one connected. And so now, since I have two, I can just recover that. So I just go back, and since I have two of the three devices set up, I can recover a wallet. And yeah, this is me. I'm ready to restore. I restore. So then I was like, okay, let's restore. Okay, and then there's the transactions and settings as well. Still has let me see, the Electrum setup from before, right? So yeah, but I checked it at a later time. So I'm just gonna erase it again and see what the restore process is like if you're gonna not have all the devices connected all at the same time, right? Basically, the app on the phone, yet again, is just a coordinator, right? So you see, now I had one thing connected and then two things. So what did I do now? Oh yeah, so I just wanted to see, this is when I didn't know that you actually only needed two of the three. So this is me learning what the restore process is like. The third one wasn't there, but I was able to restore the wallet. So restoring isn't like setting up. When you set up, you need all the devices connected, but when you're restoring, you just need enough devices to satisfy the threshold, whatever the threshold was configured to. So what am I doing here? My screen is upside down. I don't know what I'm doing. So I was trying to send again, and then I realized that I had copied the error message from before, that the transaction couldn't get thingamajiggy broadcast. As you saw, I was thinking there as to what can I do next. View transaction in blockchain. The transaction is still in the mempool, and yeah, man, South African internet, you gotta love it. By the way, I recently bought a new laptop. I didn't know this at the time, but now my laptop is faster than my internet connection. It's sad. By what sad is, I basically was using a very slow laptop before this, and it wasn't that slow. It was to my pace. I'm not in a rush and I'm doing a lot of stuff. But anyway, back to the video. So yeah, settings again. I'm just gonna erase the wallet, because I wanna test something else, right? I wanna test to see. And the hold to erase or hold to confirm decision thing is actually a little buggy, but that's something that could be fixed. It works for the most part. So what I wanted to confirm now is what restoring is like. And why do I always start with the black one? I don't know. What restoring is like if you are not all at the same place at the same time, right? Cool. So I just restored black, right? And so I'm just gonna close that to emulate me being somewhere and then now traveling to another place in the world, and now I'm gonna get another signer where in a different geolocation, plug that in, and see what happens when I add another signer there. So cool. And it's also part of Blizzard. So now I have enough devices. So what if I add the third? And then I realize that, I don't need a third, right? And it's constantly talking about waiting for a device. So what I think they should do for this part is, they already know that you don't need a third device. So basically, please hide that add another signer button if a person already has enough devices to restore a wallet, right? So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to remove this. Oh well, I don't have to. I could just say restore, and so I say restore, and the wallet is restored, right? Yeah, it only sees one transaction. I think it's gonna at a later time sync again. I'm just gonna press that on-chain button there, which is not an on-chain button, ladies and gentlemen. It is connected button. I think they should use another a different type of icon for this. A toggle maybe. Sparrow uses a toggle, and it has a message to show that it relates to the Electrum server or the blockchain source you're using. Yeah, and I think as I was doing this, it was able to find my transaction that's still stuck in the mempool or something like that. So let me see what else is happening. Oh yeah, this is me confirming that I am connected to that Electrum thing. So yeah, this is where I think that on-chain icon should have been like a toggle that actually writes the name of the Electrum server you connected to. Oh, and I just stopped the video and everything is done. But yeah, wonderful wallet. I like it a lot.